Myself, I've checked the table.
We're talking about P90.
Yes, you know
listen.
who dated it.
Listen.
Okay.
Listen, we're talking about Oxyrhynchus.
Listen.
You know the Oxyrhynchus?
Yes.
What is it?
Yes.
What is Oxyrhynchus?
Hang on.
What is Oxyrhynchus?
Do you want to listen?
What is it?
Do you want to listen?
No, tell
me.
What is
Oxyrhynchus? Who dated it? I'll tell you who dated it. Do you know who Kurt and Barbara Allen are?
Who dated Oxyrhynchus?
Do you know Kurt and Barbara Allen?
Look, you're talking, I'm talking. It doesn't make sense.
No, listen then. You ask me a question, I'll tell you the names.
Over there, yeah?
No. I can tell you're a coward.
Let's talk.
I can tell you're a coward. You asked me, do I know about it? You asked me who dated it. I told you the name. Kurt and Barbara. Do you know who Kurt and Barbara Allen are?
Listen.
Do you know who Kurt Allen is? You just talk over me. And that shows about you.
Let's talk off camera.
See you later.
To be genuine.
You're not genuine. You are not genuine. I can tell. I can tell your energy. On your way. Demon. On your way. On your way, demon. On your way, demon. You lied to the Muslim, you didn't know what he was talking about. You lied to him, you're a demon. We're done.
They wait power. What Prophet Lot? What happened to them? Lot escaped. He escaped, but what happened to the Sodom and Gomorrah? What happened to those who rejected him? Destroyed by fire. And turn around here. Yeah. So likewise, anyone rejects the messenger of God, same will happen to them. In that case, who is the messenger of God that we will follow doesn't mean thing, the main thing is to know if the messenger of God that you claim is from God or not. That would be a good exercise to prove, isn't it? I cannot say Jesus is from God and without evidence, without any prophecy. How do we know Muhammad is from God? Any prophecy, any evidence, any manuscript, anyone? How you get that conclusion?
We have
many prophecies. Which one you want?
No.
You say you have to believe Allah and His messenger, Prophet Muhammad, and in order to go to heaven, right? So how we know Muhammad from God?
I said about Erasmus, he comprised the...
How do you know he's Muhammad from God?
I said that
He's
last
a
week.
prophet from God.
I said that last week.
Because of the prophecies.
11th century manuscripts they were. They were written in the 11th century.
In the
You said
Quran or in the Bible?
Written in the 2nd century.
Yeah, no, they were comprised.
No. These are 11 manuscripts.
I looked at an article, it said the manuscripts go all the way, like, they've been around for 2,000 years.
Those manuscripts are dated to the 11th century. Erasmus.
They go back further because.
Where's your evidence? Where's your evidence? Oh, come on, I don't want your logic. I want your evidence.
Yeah, but that's proof for Moses. How you go? No, give me from the Muhammad.
Who dated? What? Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, come over.
We can make one conversation if you want.
Yeah. Who dated these 11th century manuscripts? Who dated these manuscripts in the 2nd century? The Erasmus manuscripts.
1 second, I'll use logic. Yeah?
No. Look, you're making a claim, yeah?
Right.
You're saying that Erasmus had in his disposal second century manuscripts. I'm saying that.
No, he had fragments that he collected.
And I'm saying the Erasmus New Testament Graeky, I think it's called Graeky. It's the New Testament in Greek, yeah. These manuscripts were based. It's the New Testament in Greek by Erasmus. He compiled them and made his translation based upon 11th century manuscripts. Now you're saying they're 2nd century manuscripts. Now I'm asking you what
I'm earlier than that. They go way back to Jesus.
Fine. So what manuscript did Erasmus have at his disposal that went back to Jesus?
What did he have?
Yeah.
Can we go to a place quiet because it will be...
Yeah.
It's getting more beautiful every day.
Yeah. So you're saying that Erasmus, this is news to me if this is true, yeah? But you're saying that Erasmus, when he's done the New Testament translation in Greek, you're saying that he had 2nd century manuscripts at his disposal, or you're saying even earlier?
At the time of Jesus, yeah.
And Erasmus had those in his disposal, in front of him?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that from?
Well, I can use logic, like I said, right?
No. Please. Who proceed? Firstly, I just want to see where this is coming from. Who said it though? Who said this?
What?
Who's preceded you in saying this?
No, it's a fact. You can look at within the Christian realm, right? We have fragments of manuscripts that go right back to the time of Jesus. They've been around for 2,000 years.
But we're talking about because last week the discussion was King James, and we're talking about Erasmus translation. Yeah. Now you're saying, look.
Yeah.
When we're talking about manuscript tradition, this is an ongoing thing. We're finding new manuscripts all the time. Okay. You're saying that Erasmus had them at his disposal.
Yeah, I'm saying that he collected parts, fragments. Because do you know what manuscripts are?
Yeah.
What are they?
They're manuscripts, they're papyri, they're unicels, whatever.
The word
They're
manuscript-
fragments of text.
The word manuscript means handwritten.
Yeah, okay, fair
Right.
enough.
You
Yeah.
can have a collection of different types of papers.
Yeah.
You know, different scrolls.
Codices,
but they're not
lexicons,
complete.
yeah.
They're parts of the scrolls.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So you can have like a little fragment of say like a book or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Book of Matthew, a fragment of that
Yeah, yeah.
someone has written, or you can have a whole codex.
Yeah.
You know, different types of
Of
scrolls.
course, yeah. But you're saying the claim is very specific. You're saying Erasmus had second century manuscripts at his disposal when he's doing his translation.
He didn't do a translation. It just comprised
Yeah,
the manuscripts
yeah.
together.
And based upon the manuscripts, we have his version of the New Testament.
No, we don't have his version. We
That's
have what
the-
he's brought together, comprised
That's his
together.
version. That's a version. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's what he has standardised as being
That's his version.
authentic.
That's semantics.
That's
That's his version. His
That's not a
version.
version.
It's a version. You have a King James version. Yeah, version.
No, that's a translation.
Okay. Okay.
See? You've just...
Okay, sorry, yes.
Right.
You're right. He
So
hasn't
what
translated it from Greek.
Right.
But this is still his version in the sense that it's not translated from the Greek, but this is what he holds to be authentic.
No, it's just what...
Yeah.
No,
So
it's just,
my point is, what second century manuscripts did he have, or what manuscripts did he have? From what I know, and you can see that there's a lecture online. Bart Ehrman he talks about this, about the King James version, where we get it from, and he talks about Erasmus and what he had at his disposal. And from as far as I'm aware, his manuscripts at his disposal were 11th century. And I pulled up the table last week. I showed you. So what I'm asking,
you won't be able to tell. You won't be able to tell exactly where he got his fragments from.
No, but
because they've been around for a long time.
Look,
It
what
could be
fragments did he
anything.
have? What fragments did he have?
What fragments?
Yeah.
I don't know exactly.
But remember last week we pulled up the table. There's actually a table. I think it's like, is it 8 manuscripts? Or yeah, 8 manuscripts that he had.
No, you pulled me up a table which
I
showed.
pulled up 2 tables. One is the list of all fragments by Kurt Allen in his book, and the other one is the table that shows Erasmus, the list of manuscripts that he had in front of him.
Yeah, what he had in front of him in the 11th century. But there's no way to tell how far those manuscripts go back.
They've dated them.
Because
they dated them to 11th century. He's not 11th century. You know that, innit? Erasmus is what?
Where have they dated those? Because
I'll tell you.
That can't be true. Because
Why can't it be true?
Because, like I said, we've had manuscripts from the time of Jesus. They go back 2,000 years. Different parts. So, like I said, there's no way to identify what manuscript was from when.
Okay, look, textual
Because they
origin.
come from all over.
Look. This is the book here. This is the reference. Erasmus had searched for the original text of the New Testament. Canon Institute. Yeah, that's
Right,
Martin Hyde, 2023. That's the book. That's a reference there, academic reference for it. Okay, these are the names of the manuscripts. Codex Basilensis, AN 311, Byzantine.
Where's that go back to?
Hang on, 11th century is the
No,
date.
that's 11th century. He put them together.
No,
Yeah,
Erasmus
that's
put. Hang on.
Erasmus
Put them together in the 11th
In
century.
the 11th century. But that's
Okay.
not the actual manuscripts.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
In the 11th century.
That's what you're saying.
No. I'm saying that the date of the date of the text of that manuscript is from the 11th century.
You see that?
Yeah. The date, the name, the text type, 11th century, 12th century, 12th century, 12th century, 12th century, 15th century, 15th century, 16th century. These are all the manuscripts. I said 11th century because that's the earliest one. In fact, most of them are 12th century and then 15th century. So if you're saying Erasmus did it in the 11th century, why is there a 15th century? Sorry, why is there a 15th century codex there as well, or 15th century manuscript there as well? It's because Erasmus, he was not alive in the 11th century. He wasn't alive in the 12th century. He was alive. Go back to
when the
it.
guy was alive, but
Yeah,
you can-
I'll tell you. Okay. The text, the Erasmus Novum Instrumentum Omni, and his Greek New Testament was from 1516 to 1633. So how can he have done that in the 11th century? If he's alive in the 1500s.
When you talk about codexes, aren't they made up of manuscripts?
What I'm saying is.
Yeah, see?
What do
So
you see? What do you mean?
because the codex is made up of manuscripts.
Okay,
Right. There's no way to
Do you know what we
determine
do?
where those manuscripts came from.
Do you know what we do?
that make up the codex.
Do you know what we do?
Those codex.
Do you know what you do? When you're saying it's a 2nd century manuscript, I guarantee Christians won't agree
No,
with
I
you.
didn't say second century.
You said that. You said it's
No,
even
I said-
earlier.
No, I said the fragments
Yeah.
that are used to make up the codexes could have come. They could have
In front
come
of
from-
Erasmus.
Yeah, those fragments that make up the codex.
There's two things here, yeah? There's a manuscript, hang on, there's a manuscript tradition that exists now and it's ongoing. You can find a new manuscript tomorrow, okay? They're still dating manuscripts and rearranging. There's a manuscript tradition, and then we're talking about Erasmus, when he's making his version of the Greek New Testament, he's got 8 manuscripts in his
He's
disposal.
not making his version, mate. He's just compiling together.
From the 8 manuscripts I've just showed you.
No, he's comprising manuscripts to.
Yeah, how many manuscripts is he using? I just pulled it up here.
Yeah, and how many manuscripts are there in the world?
Exactly, you're missing the point. I'm talking about Erasmus. How many did Erasmus use? Look, this is it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 manuscripts.
This is codexes though.
That's fine, codex, no problem.
Yeah, but I'm saying that manuscripts make up the codexes.
No,
And
but
they could be fragments.
so you're telling me someone's got like their own kind of like
No, I'm saying-
little patchwork book,
No,
and
I'm
they
saying
put
that the
old
codex-
manuscripts in a new
I'm
codex.
saying that the codex that the codexes he's using
Yeah.
contain fragments, right?
Wow.
That can go. That
Who
could have
said-
been from any
who's
time.
ever said that?
Who's ever said that?
Yeah, where'd you get that from?
It's a fact.
Well, okay, no, don't just say it's a fact. No, don't just say it's a fact. You need to demonstrate it. Who's saying that? Where'd you get that from?
It's a fact. There's fragments that go.
Can you name me
to-
somebody else that agrees with
I
you?
saw an article online that said
From where?
and that would-
From
that
where?
That would be logical.
From where? From where?
Because-
From where?
Because if you have somebody,
Who wrote that article?
wait 1 second.
No, I'm
it's a
not
jump.
listen. When you're trying to
No,
say I'm
wait,
trying to be
wait, no,
logical.
'cause I'm making a point
Listen,
now,
listen,
you know
listen.
I'm making a
No,
point.
no,
And
I
you
don't.
want-
I'm sorry.
When
All you need to do.
I'll answer you in a minute. When you have somebody who's performing, the other guys going around performing miracles. Wouldn't it be logical that somebody would write that down?
No, we're trying to talk about the text
Yes.
first.
Somebody would write that down.
You listen.
And
You're
that's what I'm
jumping the whole thing.
No, I'm proving the point. I'm not jumping.
You're not.
I'm satisfying the point. You don't want to make me a point.
You're
You don't
not.
want me to
No,
make a
no,
point.
no,
You
no.
wanna
Because I'll tell you.
pinpoint me.
No, I'm not even gonna go down that hole and address that because what you're saying. All I want you to do, you ain't addressed nothing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I'm not giving you that point because you haven't made a point.
I've addressed that. I'm saying
No, sorry.
It makes logical sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Maybe not to you.
Do you know when Judas was alive and he betrayed Jesus, he inflated to the size of so big that in a road and a cart couldn't go past him. After he betrayed Jesus, he inflated so big and a cart couldn't go past him in a street. Do you believe that?
You're making some abstract point that's got
Yeah.
nothing to do with
Early church fathers believe this. Does that mean it's true? We have to verify our sources. Hang on. All I'm doing that. What I'm trying to say to you is, you raised the point. Hang on. You raised the point. You raised the point. You raised the point. Yeah, that there was miracles and they were written down. Therefore, and what you're concluding from that is therefore the manuscripts that Erasmus had would have been true. You're jumping the gun.
No, but he could have. There's something could have happened to him, right? Where he could have deformed in some way.
No. What we're saying is, look. Why I tried to raise that point is to show you that people can make claims. The claim, it doesn't mean the truth. Because it's claimed, you still have to prove it. Yes? You still have to have a chain of transmission. You still have to go back to an early authority. Who saw this? Who's the eyewitness that saw that? Okay? Hear my point.
You make too many points and then you won't let people address your one point.
No. Because you still haven't. You cut me now, and you still haven't answered my first question. You've answered something else. That's not what I asked about Jesus done miracles. I'm asking you. Who said that the manuscripts that Erasmus had at his disposal contained fragments from the 2nd century? Who said that? You just said, in your response, you said you read an article online. Who wrote that article?
I don't know exactly where these fragments come from.
Where's their evidence? Where is their evidence?
I can't prove
So that's what I asked you last week.
But it's a fact.
Hang on, no, you can't just say it's a fact. No, you're trying to establish that. You're trying to establish it to me. You can't just say it's a fact. Because you know I can just do the same with Islam, but we're just going to be here all night. Allah, with us as Muslims, Allah says, "Hatu burhanakum in kuntum sadiqun." If you produce your proof, if you're truthful about what you're saying, it's upon you now to back up your claim. You can't just say it's a fact. Because I can say, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Jesus said to follow him when he comes, and his name will be Ahmed, and you should follow him. and it's a fact. You don't follow him. You're opposing facts. I can make the claim, but it's about establishing it. The Quran does that with these claims. Unfortunately, what you have now, and to be fair, I don't even think Christians watching this will agree with you. Christians, as far as I'm aware, I don't know any Christians that's ever said that Erasmus had second century fragments at his disposal.
Have you spoken to every Christian?
No, but I'm looking at the scholars. No. I never said every. I said Christians in general. And when I'm quoting.
Maybe you might speak to a Christian next week who says the same thing.
Yeah, but it's about this evidence. What's the evidence for it? The fact that we went away last week. The fact that we went away last week, here's my point. The fact that we went away last week, I showed you everything that I've just showed you now, and I said, go check it out, and then you've come back and said the same thing, that Erasmus had second century manuscripts.
No, I didn't say the same thing last week. I said,
you did say that.
No, I didn't say
you said that it goes back before. You said it goes back. You said
no.
You said that what Erasmus had at his disposal was way before the 11th century, and it goes back to the time of Jesus.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah,
so where's your evidence? You didn't have it then. I highlighted the problem with what you're saying, like I've just highlighted it now, and you've gone away and you haven't come back with the proof. You had a week to do it. You've just come back with the same thing you said last week. I read it on our article.
Can you prove everything about the manuscripts?
I don't.
Quranic.
Okay, again, I said this to you last week. You're comparing apples and oranges. No, because my standard is not from manuscripts. You don't have an oral transmission. You don't have consensus at every generation.
Transmitted, like I said last week, it was.
But you don't have the link. You don't have the end of that oral transmission. What you have is a manuscript tradition. You follow a manuscript tradition. Your manuscripts. You can find a manuscript tomorrow. Who wrote that manuscript? One of the earliest manuscripts. I think it's a fragment of John. Okay, Ryland's manuscript. Who wrote it? Who's the scribe?
I don't know who wrote it, but it could have got. It could date back to
and it could date. Yeah, first no. That one is second century. That one is second century. That fragment.
Right. Okay.
Okay. It's early, very early.
You just proved my point. So the fragments go back to the second century.
No, there is one or two. I showed you the table. I can't believe you're doing this. I showed you the table last week.
You just said that the fragment goes back to the second.
That one does. Yeah, the Ryland's manuscript.
There you go.
What does that prove?
That's what I've just said.
Does Erasmus did Erasmus have that manuscript?
Oh, I thought you said Erasmus had it.
No, I'm not. I'm saying in general. Right now, we have in the Rylands Museum in Manchester, there is a manuscript that is the size of a credit card, 7 lines front and back, from the Gospel of John, second century. Okay, according to like the people that date manuscripts, the people like I mentioned last week, Kurt Allen, Barbara Allen. These are like the scholars on this field. They've dated this manuscript. Now that's a manuscript from an unknown person. Okay, all of the manuscripts are from unknown people. We don't know who it is, so we can't have them in the transmission if they're unknown. That's for us as Muslims. That's why when you're asking us for our manuscripts.
I'm not some kind of archaeologist where I can just go back and.
No. But you said no. But what you just said now, you said you have an oral tradition, and I said no. And I said, but what you're following now is a manuscript tradition. You follow a manuscript tradition. Now these manuscripts are written by unknown scribes. They're found in caves. They're dusted off, or they're found in an old church underneath a statue or something. You dust them off. You don't hang on. You don't know who wrote them. And you're going to compare them against each other, and you're going to try and what scholars do is they try and estimate what would be the most correct reading of that. Now,
so if there was evidence that came tomorrow that said that we can identify those who written those manuscripts, then what?
Then what you'd have, once the chain's broken, it's very hard.
That's all this chain. That's a no real Scotsman fallacy.
That's fine. That's fine. Just leave it at that then. I have an established chain of transmission. I've sat in front of people that have sat in front of people 27 times back from the Quran. We have a consensus all around the world. Hang on. I'm talking about me. As a Muslim.
We don't use that.
That's fine. You have unknown scribes, unknown authors, and you put your salvation in them. What I say,
I put my salvation in Jesus.
Yeah, what they've told you about Jesus.
No.
Yeah. What's come about Jesus through them, that's what you believe in.
No, it comes through the early church, it comes through the disciples.
What disciples? What disciples? We went through this. Matthew, a tax collector, How is he writing a gospel in polished Greek, highly polished Greek? You actually said last week. I just wanted to see on this
So
camera.
if
Hang
God
on, hang on,
spoke to me
hang
now,
on,
yeah,
hang on, hang on, hang on.
and told me,
Hang on,
and
hang
told
on,
me
hang on, hang on.
hang on,
Hang on,
gave me
hang
a
on.
revelation of
You
the
said
gospel,
last
then
week.
how can you prove that?
You said that's subjective to you.
Answer that question now. Then.
That'll be subjective to you.
Could you prove it?
That'll be subjective to you, and you can't. It's about what you can establish.
prove it then, can we?
It's about what you can establish. You can't establish that. You can believe whatever you like.
Right, did Muhammad
Hang,
have
no, 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 no,
witnesses?
no, 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 because you just said to me,
hold on,
you
man.
just said to me right now,
Relax.
you just said to me right now,
Did Muhammad
answer that
have
question
wit-
right now,
did
answer that
Muhammad
question
have
right now.
witnesses? No, he never.
Hang on, he did.
So how can you
He
prove
did.
it?
He
No,
did.
there was no witnesses in the cave.
Slow down, yeah, slow down.
No, let's not slow down. Let's address it. See,
Let me answer them.
So
Let me
you
answer
can't
them.
apply a standard to me
Yeah.
when you don't follow that standard.
No, no, no. I fully follow the standard. Hear the
What
point.
if-
Hear the
what if
point.
Muhammad
Hear the
never had no
point.
witnesses,
Hear the
but yet
point.
you believe?
Hear the point. Hear the point. Do you want the answer?
Double standards.
Do you want the answer, or do you just want to say I'm following a double standard?
Speak. Go on, speak.
Do you want the answer though?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to speak.
No, no. Do you want the answer though?
What to what?
Are you going to listen to
Yeah,
me?
yeah, I'll listen.
All right. You mentioned about Matthew.
Right.
Okay. And then you went on to another point about Muhammad, no eyewitnesses, alayhi salatu wasalam. And then you kind of said, answer that question now, answer that question now, answer that question now. Okay? You addressed something before. When I tried to address it, you've jumped on something else. And then when you're talking about, you're jumping and you're saying, answer that question now, answer that question now. Answer this question now. If Matthew, go back to, let's go. No. Listen to me. No. I can't let you. No.
I was using your same standard.
You haven't understood it. You haven't understood it. I'll explain. I'll explain.
You said,
I'll explain.
How
Listen.
can you prove something without having
I'll explain.
evidence?
I'll explain.
And Muhammad never had no...
I'll explain. If you want to listen, if you want to ask a question, listen and hear the answer. Don't jump. Yeah, because you jumping all over the place last week. Yes, you was. You told me. You actually told me that Jesus spoke Greek to his disciples.
That's a red herring. That's a different subject.
Did you? No. You was jumping all over the place yesterday. Last week.
We satisfied that last week.
And what was the answer?
What?
You said, because I just want to see if you've changed, if you listen to anything I say. You said last week that Jesus preached in Greek, that's why we have the Gospels in Greek. Is that correct?
I don't remember particularly.
You don't remember saying that?
What? I said that Jesus spoke in Hebrew.
No. You said he spoke in Greek. That's why we have the Gospels in Greek. You can't remember saying that?
I said to you, because he's a Jew, so obviously because he's
He
a
would have
Jew,
spoke Hebrew.
then it's most likely that he would speak Hebrew. That's what I
So when I asked you about why the Gospels in Greek, yeah, what did you say?
We already settled this last week. So
And what was the conclusion? And what was the conclusion? No, it's not. It's not because it's about Matthew.
No, we already settled
No.
it last
It's
week.
about Matthew. It's about Matthew because you mentioned we have Matthew, we have the eyewitnesses, and I asked you the question. No, it's not. I'm addressing what you said.
I'm saying
In order.
what we said last week.
I'm addressing what you said in order. Yeah. You just said before you
You
talk
know
about.
what we said last week.
Okay, and just now, in order. Before you said about Muhammad, peace be upon him, in the cave with no eyewitnesses, yeah? You mentioned before that Matthew. So I'm going in order. I'm not letting you come and open up anything you want and then I've got to jump from where you're going. You got to follow an order. If we talked about something, we're not going to move on until we address that. You said you have the Gospels from the early eyewitnesses like Matthew. Now, the whole reason I'm talking about the Greek is because what we have now is a highly polished Gospel of Matthew in Greek, knowing that Jesus' disciples were primarily fishermen and not in a derogatory way, but what they were called peasants. Okay, these were poor people, these were the lay people of the time. They were fishermen. It's very unlikely that they would have spoke highly polished Greek. We also have, hang on. Christian scholars will say the same. Now it's very unlikely. Are you saying that Jesus?
It's a throwaway statement. It's very broad.
Shall I mention a few? Del Martin, Bart Ehrman. Okay, or is that alright? Bart Ehrman is Bart Ehrman was Christian and then became agnostic. Okay, but in general he's a scholar of that field, and this is not something that I think the
It's very
Christian.
vague to say that this person will say this and that.
That,
We don't.
hang on, you're the one that's making the claim.
No, you brought up Bart Ehrman. You just brought him up now.
Because you're asking me for who said that, and I'm telling you some names of scholars.
I don't go by what Bart Ehrman. He's a critic.
So okay, so what scholars do you have that said that Matthew was that Jesus spoke in Greek, and that all Matthew's not a translation, it's actual, huh? So who told? Where'd you get this from then?
Where?
Where'd you get this idea that Jesus went around preaching in Greek? It's common knowledge.
Within the Christian realm.
Within the Christian realm, it's common knowledge that Jesus went around preaching in Greek. So when he's actually speaking to the disciples, this is not a
You're just
translation.
repeating the same thing that
That's
we
fine.
said
That's
last
fine.
week.
Then that's fine. That's fine. I think we're done then. No problem.
Sure.
No, it's fine. I don't want to. I'm fasting. Last week I wasn't fasting. This week I'm fasting, and my patience I can only go so far.
I enjoy that.
That's fine. I know you enjoy it because you're driving me mad, quite frankly. Because look, I gave you stuff. I gave you stuff to look at, and you didn't look at it.
We can both learn off each other.
Yeah, I don't think we can learn. No, it's fine. I don't think we can learn when you ask a question, the same question you asked last week, and you don't want to hear the answers.
No, because when I prove your answers, and then you.
Okay. Do you think you've proved? Do you think you've proved the claims that I asked from you now, like to back up? Do you think you've demonstrated that?
Yeah.
All right. You be onto your way, I'll be onto mine. I'm fasting. I can't now. Unfortunately. I'm just gonna get some peace. Yeah, because I can't entertain this no more. All right. Maybe another time. But what you're gonna do for me now is check who is the source that told you Erasmus had 2nd century fragments in those codices. In his codexes that he had at his disposal, and the codexes from 11th century. You're saying it before. No. I want you to just firstly get back to me with that. If you do, that will show me that you're willing to learn, you're willing to listen, and that you follow the truth where it comes to you. If I can't see that in a person, I'm not going to waste my time with them. And you should be the same. If you think I'm insincere, don't waste your time with me.
I'll say to you the same. Jesus is different. He's different from any other prophet.
And he worshipped Allah. And he worshipped Allah.
And he's the Lord.
And he taught his disciples to pray to God alone. Yeah, he asked protection from God alone, taught them to pray to God alone, asked protection from God alone, seek his sustenance, his daily bread from God alone. He sought forgiveness from God alone. And this is what we follow. Jesus, the human that God created, how he taught his disciples to pray, this is how we pray.
You said he's coming back though, that's the thing.
Yes, and he will come back, and it will be too late for you then. And it will be too late for you then. It will be too late because he's the one that Allah chose.
Because he's the Messiah.
Yes, he's the Messiah, and Allah chose him to do that. Yes, and no, not say he rose from the dead. He's not God. That's the thing.
And he came from the spirit essence of God.
That's it then. All right. I don't know which one is which. Yeah.
Stick them in.
Both of them here, yeah?